American Chopper was an absolutely amazing show, especially for its time. So, what's happening now with its cast members?
Orange County Choppers was a reality show that was among the first to use drama and the intrigue of a fascinating workplace for entertainment purposes. American
The
Chopper
memes,
aired on
though.
the Discovery Channel for 7 years, from 2003 to 2010.
Wow,
The
that's a
program
long
featured
time.
Orange County Choppers, a custom motorcycle business owned by Paul Teutul Senior, during its first season.
He likes to get involved until things don't go just perfect, and then he's
Well,
out.
you know what? It's like the old square peg in a round hole. You're prying it out with a pry bar, and you're sticking it in there. That's great. And then you wonder,
I
oh, it's
pried it a
off.
little bit to get it in there.
I'm going to lunch.
The show featured his sons, Paul Teutul Junior, Michael Tuttle, as well as many fan-favorite employees. You are undoubtedly wondering what has happened to the cast after the show ending in 2010. So, without further ado, let's take a look.
This was such an insane show at the time because, well, you didn't actually get to see too much stuff like this back at the day, you know? And this was a culture you didn't get to see on television that often. And television at that point actually mattered, believe it
Look
or
at
not.
what the cast members of American Chopper are doing nowadays. Paul Teutul Senior. Paul Teutul Senior was the owner of the Orange County Choppers, and he has managed to keep his company alive, having contracted
Nice.
a new team to aid his passion for making bikes. In late 2020, Senior announced that the longtime New York-based custom motorcycle company will move to the Sunshine State of Florida. Before settling for his Orange County Choppers business, Senior attempted to create a similar reality television series called Orange County Choppers, American-made. Unfortunately, his revival efforts met too many difficulties to succeed, since Paul Senior had no financial support, forcing him to seek outside investment to produce the new show. At the
Yeah,
time,
that's hard.
Paul was able to persuade Thomas Derbyshire to invest in the project. Unfortunately, Paul had other ideas with the approved funding. He instead spent the money on his hobbies such as fishing trips and often ended up delaying filming. This
That's so on brand, though, honestly. That is absolutely so on brand. Man, this show absolutely just does something special. My favorite part is, well, it's not actually the show, but it's the meme. It's the meme where they're fighting amongst each other, and, man, I'm gonna try to remember how that meme goes. Did you have sex with her? And the guy replies, "What? She was there. She was naked. She was literally asking that. She was lying on the table. What was I supposed to do?" And the answer is, the autopsy. You were supposed to do the autopsy. And then the other guy gets mad. "Don't tell me what to do," and throws a chair or something like that. And when he storms out, he points the finger, and this is, by the way, the exact start of the video, exactly that scene from the meme. And when that guy who throws the chair table tries to leave, the other guy is screaming, "You're the first vet on the world." It's so insane.
obviously did not please his newfound investor, resulting in Derbyshire filing complaints against Tuttle Senior in April 2017. Derbyshire sued Paul for fraud, notably on spending the money on personal expenses. Things between the two
Obviously.
partners worsened when Paul attempted to improve his ownership share to a 50-50 agreement from the agreed 51.49% initial exchange.
Ooh,
The result of
that's
the legal
not
battle is
happening.
that Tuttle lost, and the new show never moved beyond the planning phase. In an attempt to save his finances, Paul Senior placed his luxurious New York estate on the market, initially hoping to sell it for $2.9 million. The 39-acre
Wow, that is not bad. Wow. And you can tell this was like a couple of years ago because now even a shack costs $2 million in America. Bruh, you're telling me you can own 3 shacks for just $3 million? This is a steal nowadays. Man, 1/10 of this house right here in America probably costs around $300K. Wow.
property located
Times
in
have
Montgomery,
changed.
New York State certainly seems worth the asking price. However, in his desperation to sell the property, Paul repeatedly dropped the price, and in 2019, the property was on the market at an asking
2019?
price of $1.6 million. Currently, Paul's
How? Small houses that no one cares about go in America for like $500K currently or something like that. And you're telling me that giant plot of land, 3 houses, or whatever the hell we saw there, and that's all just for 1.8 mil? Insanity.
Senior and Keith Overton,
The world makes no
avid
sense.
motorcycle enthusiasts, have a joint venture planned for expanding the Orange County Choppers brand, and they will be exhibiting about 15 of Paul's most iconic motorcycle builds.
I'm proud of my guys. They work 7 days a week. It shows their loyalty and their dedication, which is really important to me. The bikes look great, and the client's really happy, and that's all that's really important.
Remember, on average, if you're a dedicated worker who's willing to work 7 times a day, you better be paid like an executive. Otherwise, you're getting ripped off. Otherwise, you're getting nothing. They're gonna just fire you and not even say thank you at the end of the day. Remember, always think about yourself, not, oh, the company's gonna do bad if I don't sacrifice my weekdays and not get paid. Bruh. Not how you should live your life. That's how you destroy your life, okay?
The bikes look great, and the client's really happy, and that's all that's really important.
Paul Teutul Jr. Paul Teutul Jr. has been pounding metal into shape since he was 12, and he has certainly not lost his touch. Although Paul Jr. owned 20% of his father's company, which he helped establish in 1999, it did not stop his father from kicking him out. After leaving Orange County Ironworks, where he was the head of the rail shop, he set up a shop in...
I like how there's absolutely, by the way, no stopping his intonation or anything. Yeah, he just got kicked out. That's it. Deal with it, bruh.
in New York to rival his dad's company. He has since come up with even loftier ideas. Junior now expresses his artistic taste unimpeded, and the world has commended him for it, enabling his designs to expand into garments and personal branding.
Cool.
Having some top-dollar clients like Blizzard Entertainment and Paramount, it's reasonable to assume he's being
Did they make that Blizzard Entertainment promotional thing? Man, those choppers look bad, not gonna lie. They looked like absolute trash, man. If you drive something like that around, man, you're just asking to get beat, okay? You're just asking for the wrong people to find you.
well compensated. He even now has a number of employees under payroll, and through his hard work and determination, Paul Jr. has achieved a higher average net worth than his father estimated at a decent $2 million. Like father, like son, does not seem to be an accurate description of the current circumstances in the Tuttle family. While Paul Senior faces financial difficulties, it seems his ex-partner and oldest son, Paul Jr., enjoys lucrative success.
Good for him.
The beauty of it is you can get a history lesson and you can see all these bikes you've watched us build on the show for all these years.
Mikey Tuttle. While the other Tuttles enjoyed some success, it seems the youngest son of the family, Mikey, might not be as lucky. Long before the show ended, Mikey grew tired of the drama in the family business and attempted to make an independent living by opening an art gallery, where he had the opportunity to showcase his creative side and sell a painting or two. Unfortunately, his venture didn't work out, and in 2014, the gallery...
Oh my god, there are so many people in life like this. They get a little bit of fame and, you know, they have no real commendable skills, and they're like, well, I squirt paint up my a-hole, and you know, then I just spread it around the canvas. That's probably gonna sell. And the sad truth is, you know, 1 out of a billion artists actually sells that for millions. Chances are, though, they are a part of an intricate money laundering scheme that rich people use to evade taxes. That's pretty honestly the only reason why art exists nowadays. So rich people can avoid taxes through extremely long and complicated loopholes that they don't even understand how they work. But hey, as long as you get paid, my boy.
closed its doors. He then created a web series intending to provide an insight into New York's homeless societies. Instead of gaining success, Mikey's venture, unfortunately, caused more legal troubles for the family.
Are you telling me someone in New York cares about homeless? Bruh, charities are very lucrative things that specifically are created to not solve the issues that they tackle, because when you solve the issues that you tackle, guess what? Suddenly there's no more money from these issues to be had. Yeah, you're not gonna get anything by spreading awareness about the homeless of New York. No one in New York cares about that. They care about some stupid thing they can throw 10K at, where they think they're doing a good thing. Okay, that's what they care about.
Gunno filed a lawsuit against Mickey Tuttle in 2019, claiming that they used his photographs on merchandise without permission and did not pay any royalties. And in early 2020, the court awarded photographer Scott Gunno over $200,000 in damages.
Not bad.
Additionally, Mikey has struggled with alcohol.
Probably not enough though to cover the lawyer expenses. That's just life.
Addiction, which made things take a turn for the worse, as it dragged his relationship with his dad through the mud, prompting his dad to oust him from his position within the Tuttle family business. After checking himself into rehab and working through his addiction issues, Mikey eventually went back to the family business, working as the assistant general manager of Orange County Choppers.
Not bad though,
He later
he's
founded
doing
Fargu
stuff then.
a company dealing primarily in pasta sources. Mikey has been dealing with a few lawsuits in the past years, but he seems to be doing fine these days.
Good
Kind of nervous
for
about
him
riding the
then.
bike up on stage. The bike's a little awkward, and so am I, so, you know.
Vincent DeMartino. Vincent DeMartino was a fan favorite during the first few years of the television series thanks to his skills and personality. He is one of the most skilled and committed fabricators employed by the Tuttle. As many might know, Vinny parted ways with Orange County Choppers in 2007, with fans speculating that he most likely became tired of the internal conflict. After
Probably.
that, he's become actively involved in establishing his own enterprise. Working together with co-star Cody Connolly, they took a stab at entrepreneurship with a custom motorcycle shop called V-Force Customs. V-Force Customs
Every one of them is just doing what they already did before, which means they're actually good at that thing, which is kind of nice.
operated successfully for the next 5 years. But when American
5?
Chopper came to an end, Vinny discovered a newfound interest in four-wheel machines, saying goodbye to motorcycles for good. In 2013,
What kind of
Vinny
machines?
sold off all his motorcycle equipment and used the money to start up an automobile servicing workshop in Walden, New York called DeMartino Motorsports. It seemed
Wow, that's a switch.
that while Paul Senior had a few bad experiences, his most reliable employee still enjoys greater success without him. After all, Vinny had stated
Nice.
that while working at Orange County Choppers, he had no room for advancement. Rick Petco. As memorable as Vinny may have been, the other fabricator working for Tuttle is Rick Petco. Over the course of his extensive career working in fabrication and bike building, Rick Petco was a skillful blacksmith and metal worker. He has worked in all sorts of industries that have anything to do with bending metal, kilns, or furnaces. After 13 years with Orange County Choppers, he eventually left the shop for a more suited position at Pocono Mountain Harley-Davidson, tackling their custom fabrication projects. Currently,
Nice.
he also spends some of his free time fabricating handmade knives, and through his company, RPD & Co., he has been making and selling all kinds of metalware. One of his best-selling products is his
Cool.
chef knives, which in all seriousness are out of this world.
They call this the Damascus steel pattern or whatever. Looks cool. Or no, is it this not that one? But anyway, well, knives and knife ways of making them, kind of cool stuff, honestly.
Cody Connolly. When Cody Connolly began working for Orange County Choppers as an intern, he was only 14 years old and worked for Tuttle until 2007.
Wow.
Cody joined the Orange County Choppers long before cameras invaded the workshop, and he was still in high school. He was by far the youngest on the show. After Vinny parted from the company to start his workshop, Connolly also decided to leave the Tuttle for Vinny. It seemed though that his time working for Tuttle wasn't over, as after a couple of years working at V-Force Customs, Cody started working at Paul Jr.'s design shop. However, his career in motorcycle fabricating ended after he filed a lawsuit against his former employers, in which he claimed that they only paid him for 1/3 of the episodes he appeared in and asked for compensation. Paul Senior promised
How do you file that and not win it unless you know that you're lying? If you file that, you should win it.
him but never delivered. Connolly also claimed that they used his ideas on merchandise long before he left the show and never compensated him in royalties. And unfortunately, we do not know much about his current employment, as Cody prefers to keep a very low profile. Jason
Smart.
Pohl. Before being hired at Orange County Choppers, Jason was enlisted in the Marine Corps. He attended the Illinois Institute of Art and got a bachelor's degree in fine arts and showed off his design skills at Orange County Choppers, where he has worked since 2004. Jason is still employed by Orange County Choppers, but it was obvious to see that he has had dramatically less screen time. Although he has earned a net worth of more than $500,000 because of his excellent work. Jason had a lot of admirers, mostly because he was a calm guy who went about his business without grumbling about how tough it was. Furthermore, his
I don't actually remember that guy. Yeah, this show was for the drama, let's be real.
foremost ambition was to join the United States Marine Corps as soon as he finished high school. However, fate had other plans for him, and he joined Orange County Choppers, where he works to date. A final run. A decade after the show was canceled, Paul Senior and Junior appeared on a 2-hour special on Discovery Go to put together Chopper for the famed American roofing and siding company, ABC Supply Company, premiering on February 24, 2020. With an 8-week deadline, they had to put together their final chopper from the former Orange County Customs business, setting aside their differences. Their cooperation, on the other hand, got off to a rocky start. Paul Senior was certain that he was the only one who had any creative input on the chopper build, denied any contributions from Paul Jr. However, his father's stubbornness didn't bother Jr. as much as the possibility of restoring their strained relationship, and
hey, that's good for them.
Sadly for Paul Jr., things didn't go as he planned.
Happens. I mean, that's kind of a classic story. Like the family, the dads, the moms, they make like this business. The kids kind of grow up in it, and after they understand these businesses better than their parents, because the parents made it from nothing, but the kids understand it technically better because they literally grew up in it, which no longer happens nowadays. So it's pretty cool that all of them are relatively successful. Some more, some less. That's nice. And the people who worked from them are also having a good time. Doing stuff. Everyone who worked there, probably even before the cameras, absolutely loved what they were doing. So this is cool. This is nice. Anyway, like and subscribe. This is Chris Simpson, and I am out. Have a nice day. Bye bye.